Hi, welcome to the demo of how to put the lettering on this chair. I've done a few practice bits right here, and I understand that if you're not a lettering artist, this is a little challenging. So I've put the transfer paper down and put my lines. Obviously this doesn't show you where to do the thick parts and where to do the thin parts, so I'm going to show you. This is a problem, this little support. You just try to work with it. Use your pinky to kind of steady your hand. Thicker, thinner, entrance, and then thick, and then up. When I load my brush, I'm just getting a little bit on the tip. Thicker, up, thin. This is a thin stroke right on the line. Thick, thin. Go back into your stroke and come around thin. Thick, really thin. This is a hairline. Now, when you do this big flourish, you want to start up here at the top and exhale as you go down and pull this all in one stroke. Ready? Thick. Now, go back in. Thin. Thick. Stop. Come back and finish it off with thin. Make sure you keep your paint nice and wet so it moves easily. Okay, let's do this flourish. I do the cross part next, and it's quite thin. I start here at the thin part. Wow, it's hard to move your hand because of that support for the chair. Come back into your stroke, pull around, thicker here, and kiss right there. Okay, now come back into your stroke. This is the thinnest part, and then it gets a little thicker. Clean that up a bit. Kind of shaky here. Not too bad. Now, it gets harder as we go up this support. So this is thin, comes down thick, stop, retrace in the stroke, and flick. Let's get a little more. Boy, I got too much paint on that one. If you have a little too much on the tip of your brush, just get it off. Okay, you start at the thin, go thick, thin, go back into the stroke, that part's thicker. It helps if you memorize which parts of the letters are thin and thick if you're trying to use a pointed brush. This is getting trickier as we go up. Thick and up. Little flick for the dot. And S's are a little tricky. Practice your S before you do it. This is thin, thick. Join it on the thin. Go back into your stroke, thin, and flick down. Not too bad. If we need to clean up, we can go in and get some of these little shakies out. Let's do the other side. This one should be easier because this tapers off this way instead of getting bigger if you're a right-handed person. If you're a left-handed person, it's the opposite. Okay, we'll get a little more paint, a little more water. I've kept my paint in this little airtight thing. It had jam in it from a hotel. Okay. Remember that your A starts thick and come up thin. That is all thin. And then this is thick and let off really thin. The R comes down thick. With a pointed brush, these ending strokes end this way. If you have a pen and you're doing italic, it's the opposite. Start here in the thin. Try to make your S look the same as your other S on the other side. Not too bad. Now, remember, we start up here and try to pull this all in one long stroke. I would just be thinking through that whole stroke before I do it. And really your aim is right here on this baseline. So you start here, take your deep breath. Shabam. Okay, let's do this. Ooh, careful to not put your finger in your paint. I do that all the time. Okay, here's our long stroke. Think about it before you do it. Kind of do it in your mind a couple of times. Where is my hand going to be? I'm going to have to stop halfway, and I'm going to stop right there. So I'm going to go from here to here, and then move my hand. Okay. So steady here. Come into your previous stroke. Yep. Load it up. This is drying fast. My paint is okay, so I'm going to go from here to there. Ready? Okay. I'm using a liner brush. Need a little more water. This is the very same paint I used to paint the other designs. Okay. If your paint's too globby on your brush, you'll get a nice puddle, so you don't want that. Come back into here, nice and thin. Now this is the part where it gets a little thicker. Come around and kiss. Yay! Okay, our O, you start just to the side, not on the very top. This is the thin part, and it gets thick, thin. Come back into the stroke, thick, thin. It's kind of counterintuitive that you join in the thin parts. This, up, thick, and flick. Thick. You get a rhythm going in it. It's a lot better. Especially, you can even practice on paper, and then it feels different once you get to your surface. So this side is going to be better than that last side. There's the thinnest part. There's the thinnest part. And last one, this A. Thin. This is thin, but it also joins the other side of the A here. And this we're going to kick up. Okay, this is our thinnest point. Get that last little bit. Thin and flick. Hooray! We're done. Okay, I'm going to show you how to fix any errors. This is my cup that I use to paint the whole chair. This is my base coat color. And there's still some good in there. It's still wet. So I get a little bit of this background color. And I'm noticing that this side, the lettering is thinner than on this side. And especially this A is really thick. So I'm just going to come in here and paint the background color. Obviously, you have to be pretty careful if you're going to do this. I've got too much paint on my brush. So you can skinny down your letters, like this is a little thick right there. And you can sit and do surgery back and forth with your colors all you want. Especially some of these little baubles that I have that don't look so smooth. Your goal is to just have a really smooth curve on all these. This L is a little thick. Obviously, until you really master the pressure kind of thing, lettering is super hard with a pointed brush. All right, once you get your basic surgery done with your background color, you can come in a more convenient position, like facing upside down, and kind of sharpen up some of these, like this one. You can darken up little places where you went in with your background color and it's a little choppy. You can also fix up edges, places where it looks thin because you had a little extra water, anything like that.